Alright, module rolling. So 2x just ended yesterday, so I'm assuming we all have, tons of modules to get through. So I'm just going to show you, hopefully real quick, how I do mine. So what I like to do is, first of all, right, you click this little initial number of sub-attributes, and you hit select all. If you have any pieces with 2 substats, just toss those. Those are garbage. Unless, right, and I say like the only real exception is these Swift Smite or Swift Raid effect accuracy pieces, right? If these have speed, I will roll them to plus 15 because my pieces are so trash that even a blue speed would be more than enough, right? And then I always keep at least one around to use these blue dice on because, you could just randomly roll a red speed on one of these. Who knows? So, but once you have a decent number of good effect accuracy, Swift Smite, Swift Raid pieces, then you start throwing out all the 2s. After that, what I do is I look for all the 4 starting lines with speed, right? Which I got a decent amount this time around, and we check them. Right, you just roll to +2. Not +2, you roll +3, right? 2 levels. And see if it hits speed. If it does hit speed, you roll it again. And basically you're just looking for any red speed pieces. Now, for Swift Rush pieces, I usually just take them to 9. Right? Because that. I just take my my Swift Rush pieces to +9 if they start with speed, because they have to miss speed. With the pieces I have, even a purple speed would be good. So, that's, 3 hits on speed. So if it starts with 4 substats, and you level it to +6 and it misses speed both times, it can still hit speed the last 3 levels, right, on +9, +12, and +15, and still roll a purple. So I just level them to +9. If it misses speed all 3 times, then it's garbage. But then you get pieces like this, right? So same with bulwark, right? If it's a bulwark piece, I'll just take it to +9. Especially if it's effect accuracy, because I need those. Oh. Whatever, I'll take a +12. And then all the garbage pieces I put a little recycling bin icon so I can recycle them later. Right, and then for the non-bulwark pieces, right, non-Swift, right, Swift Rush and bulwark, I feel like it's usually just worth going all in. But then for all these non-bulwark pieces, especially the 2 matrix pieces, I only level these to +3. I'm just looking for the red speeds for the most part. If they have a really good main stat, I'll keep leveling them if they have good substats, or if it's effect accuracy. Right, so the best this could possibly roll is a purple speed. So the question is, do I want to spend another 190,000 coins to see? And the answer is yes. Blue speed effect accuracy, I'll keep it. Right, but for all these like offset pieces, like as soon as it misses speed, I just chuck them. If you're newer to the game, you're going to have to be a little bit more lenient than that, right? But once you've put, like maybe 100,000-ish stamina into 2x, you can be very picky with your gear. As you can see, I've got a little bit of a problem here. Right, and the reason I put them all with the recycling bin is so I can hit this and just, get all my coins back really easy later. So anyway, 4 starter with speed. And just roll all of these to +3 or higher if it's Swift Rush or bulwark. And then I move on to the next step. Alright, so a piece like this I will keep rolling because this is a 4 starter on momentum, which is basically, most of the time it's the best PvE set to use. If you can max out this passive, this is the most damage you're going to get in Nether Quarry and Cage Rumble and stuff. So you would run momentum 12 piece even on like Ray Mary, right? So a piece like this is very good to have. So I'll keep rolling something like this, but for the most part, I am just looking for those red speeds. All right, and then a piece like this also can be good, as long as it dodges flat defense. Yeah. Right, Bloodbath, especially if it's a 3 matrix, well, I guess exclusively if it's a 3 matrix. Bloodbath pieces, that's a good piece. You can be a bit more lenient with these as well, because you're going to need some good Bloodbath pieces. Alright, now a piece like this, complete garbage, right? Flat defense with, like no speed. Just check it. Right, but if it's, crit rate, crit damage, HP defense, any of those, like, that's a pretty decent piece. And usually for effect accuracy pieces, I like to take those to +9 also. Ah, so close. Especially if it's on a useful set, right? Like a set that you're going to want. Lots of speed on. This is actually a good piece too now that I look at it. Speed, crit rate, flat HP on a Bloodbath ring. That's pretty good. Right, and then for these 2 pieces, yeah, those are garbage as soon as it misses speed. If it's a 12-piece set. If it's an 8-piece set, you can keep it. Now that's a piece. Alright, moment of truth. We got 6 right side pieces. Please. Let's just send this one straight to 15. Boy, I mean, a low roll. Okay. And then Evil Guard. These pieces are actually pretty decent now, because it's 10% speed instead of whatever it was before. So these are actually worth rolling. I think it was effect res before, but now it's speed. So you can also use those on fast characters. Okay, now this right here is just an insta +15. Like, you don't even need to, like, I mean, it's all the useful DPS stats. Like, you just +15 these pieces. It doesn't really matter how they roll, because it'll probably be useful. And for effect accuracy pieces, I always give them more. Alright, so like a piece like this, I'll toss it if it misses early, but it's a pretty darn good hold-in piece. Okay, please. I'll take it. I will take it. Alright, so that's all of our potential red speeds done. We got 2 golds. I'd say that is decent enough. We hit our little recycle button, select all, trash them. That's the first thing that I do. I go through all of the 4 starters with speed. I also like to go with the 4 starters without speed and look if there's any that are actually, decent substats. And then just, toss any that aren't. Right, so basically what you're looking for is double crit with both of your damage scaling stats. So like rings and right side pieces are pretty much doomed if it's a 4 starter without speed. right? But like for your left side pieces, I think the vial and the helmet can both have double crit and double attack. Right, attack percent, attack flat, and then, or not the helmet. It's like effect accuracy or something. Right, so like there can be some pieces that are useful even without speed. And then I go through all of my swift pieces. Let's start with 3 substats and no speed. And I level them all up to level 3 to check for that last substat, if there's speed there or not. If there's not, recycling bin, we throw them in the trash. Right, even these 2-piece or 2 matrix pieces, I check through those as well, because you know, if you roll a gold speed on one of those, especially if it's effect accuracy, you can just use 1 extra Swift module on a whole host of characters. There's a decent number of characters that you don't actually need, you know, 12-8-6. You can just do like a 12-piece set and a 6-piece set and just ignore the 8-piece. And we recycle all the duds. And then I look for all of the pieces that do have speed, which I didn't get a whole lot this time around because I only farmed 3,000-ish stamina into Doki and the rest was Aurora. So I go through all of the 3 matrix pieces first, and I level them up to 6 if they started with 3. And for effect res pieces specifically, I don't have a whole lot of fast ones, so I think even a blue speed is fine, but for the most part, with these 3 starter pieces, if it misses speed once, I toss it. So that's why I level it to +6, is because if it already has speed, and I level it to 6 and it hits anything other than speed, I can just throw it away. Right, because the best this could possibly roll is a purple speed. And the question is, do I want to spend another almost 500,000 coins just to probably not hit a purple speed anyway? The answer is no. So, especially not with a garbage main stat. I just throw those away. Now, if it's a piece like this that has, okay, well, that had multiple good substats, right? Like this could be a decent piece for any defense scaler, but you want to be reasonably fast, maybe 8-piece swift rush, right? Like this could be a low on piece, but it bricked into effect res, so. But pieces like that, I'll level further, even if it misses speed. Right, this piece has 3 good substats, so I'm just going to take it to +9 right away, because that's likely a +15 regardless of how it rolls. Now we're looking for a gold speed here. And once again, I don't have very good effect res pieces, so I think even this is already pretty decent. Alright, with attack bonus. That's unfortunate. If it just hit these 2 over and over, like that would still be a really good piece, but it is what it is. Actually, I should be leveling my Swift Smite pieces to 9, now that I think about it. Swift Smiter. Yeah, right, because like even a purple is quite good. It misses speed, 3 times? Then I chuck it. Unless it's effect accuracy. Okay, 4 times is too much. Actually, it's not even, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, even 6 speed is decent. That's how bad my effect accuracy Swift Smite is. And just a 6 speed piece is worth like 700,000 coins or something. And that's 680. Right, but like this piece, it missed speed twice, right? Or one, yeah. I rolled the 4th stat and then missed speed. And didn't hit it until the +9. If I only leveled this to +6, I would have just missed out on a 12 speed. defense bonus. So I think with your Swift Smite pieces, it's worth going to +9. Right, and then if it hits speed once, you level it again, and then wait for it to miss speed an extra time. So we got a bit of a disappointing haul again this time around, but you know, that's just how it is sometimes. We got plenty of 2 matrix pieces to roll, but alright, effect accuracy with speed. Boom, man. That is actually an upgrade. Alright, there's plenty of +6 speed effect accuracy pieces I'm using, so. Alright, so none of the pieces I was really looking for this time around, yet again. Still just looking for a gold speed Swift Raid or Smite piece, or a gold speed Swift Rush ring. We did not get any of those. And then since I mostly farmed for bulwark pieces, this 2x, got a whole lot of these to roll. Now these are a bit more complicated because I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for. Definitely speed. Looking for probably some purple speeds on these. And then also DPS pieces. So a piece like this, as long as it hits crit and crit damage, like we're chilling. Could use this on an HP scaler, but if it misses, we or something else. Right, once again, as long as this dodges flat defense, this is a piece. Right, for any HP scaler. Yeah, bulwark is a lot harder to roll than the Swift pieces because you can use them on so many different characters, so you need all kinds of different stats. So if it's HP defense, attack, crit rate, or crit damage main stat on the right side, you're basically just looking for damage stats. You're looking for speed on every piece. Doesn't matter what the main stat is. It can be like flat attack or whatever. And if it has speed, you're looking for speed, right? Because you know, if you roll a purple speed, if you roll a gold speed on anything, it's more important that it's the right set than the right main stat usually. Right, like if you want to, you know, double Swift with bulwark on your opener, it doesn't matter that you're using a flat defense right side piece. It matters that that flat defense has 16 speed on it. So, but yeah, so if it's a HP, defense, attack percent, or crit rate and crit damage main stat, you're looking for, you know, good offensive substats, right? So a crit damage piece with attack and speed can be used for any, you know, attack scaler that you want to have bulwark on. You know, crit damage main stat with speed, crit rate, HP can be used on any HP scaler. This defense bonus, it's trash. Alright, so basically what you're looking for is if the main stat can be used for a DPS, you want at least 2 substats that are also useful. If there's not at least 2, you just toss it. For effect res, you want speed. For effect accuracy, you want speed, and I think for the most part the rest doesn't matter. Right, so this piece could be good for a defense scaler as long as it dodges these two. Right, and then as soon as it doesn't, I just toss it because that's most likely going to be a useless piece. This could be very good for a defense or attack scaler as long as it dodges one of the two. So we're hoping it does not hit defense percent at this point. Alright, and that is a solid piece. And if it hits speed, you just roll until it misses. Alright, so this could be a purple speed, so I'm going to level it one more time. If it misses speed again, I toss it. If it hits speed again, I level it to 15 and hope for the best. I think for the most part, you're looking for purples. Once again, of course, for specific main stats, like, right, like this piece, you know, even a blue speed could be okay if you just don't have a lot of pieces with that main stat, right? So like it's especially effect accuracy, I think, is one where a lot of the time it is worth just putting in way more coins than you probably should. Alright, so like any pieces where you just really don't have a lot of that set with that stat, right? So like for me, Swift Smite effect accuracy pieces, I will pretty much always level those to plus 15 if they have speed, because my pieces are so bad and I have so few that even if it only rolls like a green speed, that's still worth the coins. Darn, had to brick right at the end. Now this piece looks good. As long as it dodges the flat defense, we're chilling. Yeah, that's a piece. Oh, please. No, no, it could have been gold. It could have been gold. And of course, however stingy you want to be depends on what other pieces you have on your account, right? So for me, I could roll this, right, you know, another 270,000 hard-earned coins to try and get a purple, but I don't need purple rings, purple bulwark rings, nearly that desperately. If this piece was already purple and it was, you know, 3 more levels for a potentially gold ring, I would do it, but I'm not that desperate for purple bulwark rings that it's worth all those coins to go one more tier. No, why? Why does it do this to me? For the most part with rings, this is kind of the best it gets. Right? Speed, crit rate, effect accuracy. Right? That's basically... Right, because there's no crit damage, no attack percent, no HP percent, I think. So, crit rate, speed, effect accuracy is basically the best it gets for your rings. So if it has all 3 of those stats, you know, it's like a double crit, speed, attack percent helmet or whatever. So like these are worth rolling, even if they miss speed a couple times. Right, and because that one rolled a 7, right when it was a green, it rolled a 7 speed. I kept leveling it because that means it high rolled, I think, twice. So if it did end up purple, it would be 13. Right, so usually if one of my pieces high rolls a speed, I'll keep leveling it, and then if it low rolls, I just dump it immediately. Except this is a double crit piece, so we're probably going to keep leveling it regardless, because speed with double crit is very handy. And so pieces like this, I won't keep rolling them, but I usually won't throw them away either, because, you know, double crit with 1 additional useful stat, like, you never know when you'll need one of these. Even though I don't have anyone right now that I'm trying to build on Bulwark who's like HP scaling, who doesn't want speed, but does want double crit, like, it might be useful for a future build. I don't love to throw those away. Right, like I don't have anyone at the moment that could use this piece, but I don't have anyone that I've built on Bulwark right now that this would be an upgrade for. But like if I ever want to build a Bulwark Messiah, right, he probably doesn't need the extra speed. Right, like if I'm building a really slow, high damage, right, a piece like this, if it rolls like all crit damage, like that's super strong. And he doesn't necessarily need the speed, because you're building him slow anyway. That's why you put him on Bulwark. Right, the pieces like this, I won't throw them away. Ooh. Pieces like that get an instant plus 15. Right, because it doesn't matter how that rolls, that's a good piece. Alright, so that's all my 3 substat Bulwark pieces without speed. Now we go back to Bulwark and everything with speed, we can now speed check, which is going to take a very long time, and I probably don't have enough coins to finish it. So I'm going to start with just the 3 matrix pieces for now. Yeah. Once again, just like with the Swift Rush, I'll take these to +6. They have a a mediocre main stat, and then +9 if they have a good one. Alright, because I would have to miss speed twice to not be useful. And then if it's effect accuracy, speed, it probably just goes to +15 regardless. Once again, this is crit rate, speed, and then one damage dealer stat. So this is a piece that's probably worth keeping, unless it rolls flat attack and you trash it. All right, well, I mean, 8 crit rate is 8 crit rate, so keeping that one. I don't have a whole lot of coins left. Alright, so basically all these pieces that I'm not recycling or locking, I save those for later when I've just got spare coins left over, right? Because as you can see, I'm running out quite quickly, and like right now, I'm basically just looking for. I'm just speed checking, so the most useful pieces for me right now are just speed upgrades. So spending my coins to try and get speed upgrades now, and then later I can level all these pieces that I'm not leveling right now. I can do those later when I need other various upgrades. But yeah, so that's what is that, like 75 million-ish coins. Let's go through our haul. So we got another huge +16 helmet. That's massive. What else do we get? We got this +13 bulwark vial, which is quite nice. We got this +13 swift raid as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then 3 +12 swift smite pieces, right? So pretty nice. I lose 5 crit rate for 2 speed, so that's not actually an upgrade on low on, unfortunately. I'm sure I can find somebody who can use these pieces. 2 new gold speeds and a bunch of purples. I guess this ring is also pretty nice. Yeah, a few gold speeds, decent number of purples. That's usually about how my 2x's go. Last 2x was really good. I think I got like 4 gold speeds and a red, so it was definitely my best one yet. But this one's more average. So that's how I roll my 2x drops. I hope you all got some red speeds, or at least some good yellows. Hopefully this video helps if you were unsure of how to go about speed checking. And for the non-swift pieces, it is a lot harder to actually know what's worth leveling and how much you should level it, because you basically just have to know what characters you're going to use those modules on already. Right, so like for instance, right side bloodbath piece. Right, like there's so many main stats that are useful, so many substats that are useful, because there's all kinds of characters that you would want to build on this. I think bulwark is honestly probably the hardest, because there's so many different characters on so many different builds that you want bulwark on. Most of the time it's just speed, right? If it has speed, it's worth leveling. Like regardless of what the main stat or what the other substats are, you're going to speed check all of your bulwark pieces. But depending on what you're going to use them for, it can be very hard, right? It's like a piece like this. You know, who would this be good on, right? Like maybe Lilith, right? Lilith, you would want, I think it's what, 2 HP bonus and 1 effect accuracy right side. So, and she wants speed. So having a bit of extra crit in the substats is good. Having speed is good. HP main stat is good, right? But you have to know how each character is built to know that. So for the non-Swift pieces, it's a lot harder. But with Swift pieces, it's like you're basically just speed checking everything. And it doesn't really matter what the main stat or what the other substats are, because in the process of speed checking everything, you'll end up getting pieces like this, with speed and crit, you know, crit rate with speed, and attack. Like, so for the Swift pieces, like, you're basically just speed checking everything, and that's more or less how I speed check. Alright, it's basically just you know, what are the worst pieces I'm using, right? So like for Swift Smite, the worst pieces I'm using are like +6 speed effect accuracy. So if I'm rolling an effect accuracy piece, if it has the potential to roll +9 speed, I'm going to keep rolling it. So whereas like, I don't know, for helmets, pretty much every character that I have on Swift Rush is using at least a purple helmet. So if it doesn't have the potential to roll at least purple, I'm not even going to keep leveling it. Right, so if it's a 3-liner and it misses speed once, right, the highest it can possibly roll is purple. So that's why I level these to +9, right? Because if I level it to +9 and it misses speed twice, then I just stop there, because even if it hits speed the next 2 times, it can only ever be blue. And then effect accuracy pieces, like, just always looking for better those, right? So like Swift Rush effect accuracy, once again, I'm still using +6 speed pieces. I think this one specifically is so that he's 1 speed slower than my Heinrich. This is for speed tuning purposes rather than because it's the only thing I have left. But even a blue effect accuracy Swift Rush would be useful. So yeah, right? Because like this is all I've got. The rest is all green. Right, so even a piece like this, I would continue leveling because this could still roll blue. Right, at +12 and +15, this could hit speed twice and be an upgrade over this piece. So that's basically how you want to roll. It's just you know, look at the pieces that you have and know what an upgrade would be, and then just stop as soon as a piece is no longer potentially an upgrade. So, you know, if it's a 4-liner and you +9 it and it misses speed all 3 times, and you know that a blue speed piece would not be an upgrade for you, then you just stop. If you're to the point where like even a purple speed isn't an upgrade and you're only looking for gold speeds, then you know, it gets a lot cheaper. Right? You don't burn through your coins as fast because you can level everything to +6, and if it misses speed once, you stop. But anyway, so I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next time.